Hello, everyone. No matter where you are, thank you for joining us on another episode of GSC's Girl Pod. Hopefully, you know me by now. Hi, I'm Candy, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host V and Britt. V, how you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm tired, but that's pretty standard. It is a Saturday. It's the end of the first week back at work, so
Mm-hmm.
always a struggle getting out of bed on the first day back after a long holiday. But I made it to the end, so it's not too bad.
See, you made it. That's what matters.
We
Snaps,
did it.
claps to you. You did it. You did the thing. And
Yeah.
how about you, Britt? How you doing?
I'm here. We're here. We're navigating. We're vertical. That's what matters.
We are vertical, I think, although I'm like kind of slouched. I'm kind of like leaned back. It's fine. We're alive.
I
We're
mean,
awake.
semi-vertical.
Yeah. Yeah, cozy. Maybe a little comfy, a little
Yep.
cozy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keeping comfy. That's what we need in January. It's a long and dark month.
Oh my
Like,
God,
It
I
is.
know. I know. It is.
It
It's
truly is.
long. What's the line from Game of Thrones? The night is long and full of night long, dark and full of terrors or whatever it was. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's what January feels like.
Game of Thrones.
You've never watched it.
Mm. I know Pedro's in it, but I've never watched it.
Well, here's what I'll say about Game of Thrones. It is good. There are definitely pacing issues at the end. Um,
Hmm.
but it is good, and for the people who really like high fantasy and have read the books, I'm sorry to tell you, but that's the only ending you're ever gonna get because that man is not gonna die before finishing those, or that man is gonna die before finishing those books.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
enjoy the ending you got. Sorry, not
I read
sorry.
the books before the show even like came out, like long before the and then it's like, oh, I watched the show. I didn't finish watching the show. But yeah, every single time something comes up and it's like, oh, and this is based on something from George R. R. Martin. I'm like, write the books, god damn it. Like, what are you doing? Fucking about on Elden Ring. Go get your shit together. Finish your goddamn books.
Not gonna
Like
happen. Nope. Nope. I will say, House of the Dragon's pretty good.
Yeah, I
Um,
like the books that's based on the Fire and Blood, but I've not
yeah,
watched the second season of it, I don't think. Yeah.
it's pretty good, and it's probably the best thing that I've seen Matt Smith in since Doctor Who.
Okay.
That says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good actor. He's not my favorite Doctor, but I think he's a good actor. Um, I just think he's had some questionable roles that he's chosen. So,
Is it
but this one is good.
specifically about Morbius or like
Um, there's also the Terminator movie that he was in.
He was in a
Mm.
Terminator movie?
Yeah, I think he played, like, I'm gonna look it up, but I'm pretty sure he was, like, the embodiment of, like, Skynet or whatever, and I was like, "What?" Terminator
Wait.
Genesis. That was the one. Um,
Oh yeah, I forgot that existed.
yeah.
I've not seen it, but yeah,
Well, it's
like
it's probably for the best.
I've not actually watched the Terminator movie. So I think I saw the third one in the cinema with my dad, and I was like, "This is kind of bad." And I was like, "Do you know what? I'm gonna do what I do with other movie franchises that I enjoy, which is as soon as they start getting bad, I just refuse to acknowledge that the other ones exist. Like, there's only 3 Indiana Jones movies. There's only 3 Die Hard movies. Like, I was just like everything else. I don't care about it. Like, if you
No,
like them, that's completely fine. But you can't convince me that they needed to make Die Hard 4, and make it a 12. So you can't even say yippee ki motherfucker. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
no, I'm telling you, that is probably for the best. I mean, now I'm just this is not our fantasy, yes, I'm just curious now, like, what else Matt Smith has done, and I'm like, yeah, um, House of the Dragon is definitely definitely. I mean, alright, to be fair, I didn't see him in The Crown, but, um, maybe
he's
I'll
very
watch
good
it
in
at
that. But
some
I've
point.
not seen it. Yeah, but yeah, he is a good actor. He's not my favorite Doctor, but I think a lot of that's more to do with the fact that I'm not a massive fan of Stephen Moffat, to be honest.
Fair.
I don't like the way he writes Doctor Who. He does really good one-off episodes, like Blink, the one with the weeping
Mm-hmm.
angels, kept me awake for weeks. I was like, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like, there's a lot of statues in most cities in Scotland.
Yeah.
Also, like, it's a very historical country. There's fucking statues everywhere, and I'm like, ah, like, why would you do this? But when he writes like overall, plot arcs,
Mm-hmm.
I think he either thinks he's smarter than he is, or he thinks that the audience is really stupid. And he's like, oh, like, zoom in on this so they don't miss it. And it's like, you can do foreshadowing, it's fine. You don't have to, like, you don't have to beat us over the head with it. It'll be okay.
No,
Like,
that is absolutely fair. Um, I like Sherlock, but even Sherlock, it was short enough, right? Because it was like what 3 episodes at a clip, right? And it was like okay,
mhm.
fine. The very long things, not so much. Like no. Britt, have you watched Doctor Who? Okay, so who are your favorite doctors?
Oh, there's a police box over here.
Oh, there, I see it. Your head is like
Yeah.
sometimes blocking, sometimes not. Who's your favorite?
David Tennant. David Tennant. Always
Yeah.
David Tennant. I love David Tennant as a human. I love David Tennant in Doctor Who. I don't know if you've seen this one movie. We watch it every Christmas because it's so good bad, if that's how you want to describe it.
Mhm.
It's called um oh, something in the manger.
Oh, is it called Nativity?
Danger in
Is
the
it?
Manger.
Oh,
Danger in
okay.
the Manger, I
Mm.
think it's called.
Oh, no, I've
Um
not seen that.
okay. It's 2. It's the second one.
Okay.
Uh what is it? Nativity 2 Danger in the Manger. He plays twin brothers, and it's just this cheesy Christmas movie. But David Tennant in what's that other show he was on with?
The
I'm
one that
trying
they
to think of
started
her
during the
name.
oh, I was like uh there was the one that he started during the pandemic where they were like
Staged, the one
staged.
with Michael
Yeah.
Sheen. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That one's fun.
There's Broadchurch, Jessica Jones.
Oh
Oh
my god,
yeah,
he's
he's
so good in
terrifying
Jessica
in that.
Jones.
I've never watched any other Marvel shows, but I checked out Jessica Jones just for David Tennant and
He's
I love
such a good
David
actor.
Tennant.
He's absolutely
He's just such a
terrifying
good
in that
actor, and
show.
that's
Like,
He's
and then
so
like
good in that.
yeah, because you're so used to seeing him be the bubbly doctor, so that when you see him play the villain, you're like, ooh,
Mhm.
yeah,
okay. Plus, he's just such a big advocate for rights and human rights and things like that. So just an overall beautiful human. So, but I do like Eccleston too because just he was just short lived, but
yeah.
Mhm.
good. Um, so, but Pen and Rose, can
Oh yeah,
anything live
yeah.
up to that?
Nope.
And
That's fair.
my husband and I will always Donna Noble, Donna Noble. That's our go-to like phrase when people are yelling because she sounds like she just yells throughout the entire show.
She does.
Yeah.
Um yeah, David Tennant, 100%. 10.
Do you agree,
10.
V?
Would agree. Yeah, David Tennant is my favorite of New Who. I think Tom Baker is my favorite of old Doctor Who. I just love the whole like, would you like a jelly baby? Like, it's just so endearing. I love it. But yeah, David Tennant, fully agree.
Mhm.
New Doctor Who came out, I think when I was in like midway through high school, and like
Mhm.
me and two of my friends were so into it, and we would like get together once a week and order pizza and watch it.
Oh,
And just like
nice.
it was so fun. We were like really really into it. I remember watching the finale uh when the Rose incident happened. We were all just sitting on the couch, just like presumably we're drinking slightly underage at the time and just sobbing. Like just like, oh no, like this is not acceptable. How dare you?
Yeah.
Like Russell T. Davis, how dare you do this to me? Like
Oh,
you bastards. But yeah. Yeah, I think,
yeah.
and I love David Tennant as well. He's a fantastic actor. And yeah, when he does play a villain, he does it so well. It's just like, oh
Mhm.
wow, like
He
was not
really
expecting
does.
this. Yeah.
He really
My
does.
partner and I had a police box on our wedding cake. We loved
Uh,
because that was one of the shows we watched when we were long distance. We would
Mhm.
start it and watch it at the same time.
Mhm.
And we had like a couple running into the TARDIS on our wedding
Nice.
cake.
Yeah.
So, um yeah, so we love it. Um I think it's funny also that David Tennant married the 5th Doctor's daughter
Mhm.
in real
Yeah.
life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that's
And she
so
played
kind.
his daughter in the
Yep.
Yeah,
series. It's like, this is weird.
yeah. It's just like a weird moment, but yeah, like, I just yeah.
Yeah.
Plus
No.
that her dad was 10 or 5 and he's 10,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so that's kinda funny too.
Yeah.
So it's kinda like just that full circle, like, moment. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I know I'm in good company. Because Tennant's also my favorite Doctor. I think just the range of emotions that we really got from him,
Mhm.
really good storytelling. Um, during actually, during our wedding, I actually used a quote from the 10th Doctor in our vows. Um,
I did
That's so
too. I
sweet.
used timey-wimey wibbly wobbly.
I didn't use that one. I I said, like, once upon a time, a doctor said there's a lot of things you need to get across this universe. What you need most of all? A hand to hold. And then I went into, like, how Sean's hand would be like the hand that I would hold. And,
Stop it.
so
That's so
that
sweet.
that was the
Ugh,
quote.
stop
And
it.
then, we wore Converse, like, as our shoes. I didn't
Okay.
get to wear nice red ones, like, I think Tennant wears a lot of red ones. I mean, different colors too, but mine were blue because
Mhm,
that was part of my something blue, but I was like, "Nah, we're wearing Converse like the doctor did." Um,
Okay.
so rocked a lot of that. So, yeah, big big Doctor Who fans. I will say I think so Tennant is my favorite. I think if Capaldi had better stories, Capaldi could have eclipsed him because I think his version was fantastic. I just don't think he was able to show as much of the range that Tennant
Yeah.
was able to show.
Yeah. And Pierre Capaldi is a fantastic actor also.
Mhm.
Like, I one of my favorite shows of all time is The Thick of It. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but
No.
it's a UK political comedy. Um that is specifically just about how fucked up politics are. So it's just like all these political ministers and things like that try backstab each other and get one over on each other, and it's just ridiculous. And I actually fully believe now, as I've gotten older, that this is how specifically British politics works. It's like nobody has any fucking idea what they're doing, and it's just them all scrambling to try and either make themselves look good or make the opposition look bad. um, but he plays a character in it called Malcolm Tucker. So Peter Capaldi is from Glasgow,
Mhm.
um, and he plays a guy called Malcolm Tucker who's like loosely based on a British political figure who was like a spin doctor for Tony Blair's Labour Party. This is like so
Okay.
such niche UK knowledge, um, but who was
We have
known to
UK
be like,
listeners. It's fine.
yeah, but he's sort of loosely based on Alistair Campbell, I think, who's like this incredibly like angry, sweary Scottish man who like used to do all the spin to try and make things either look good for New Labour or bad for the Conservatives at the time. And it's just every episode is just at least like 30% of it is just Peter Capaldi swearing at people in the most creative manner you've ever seen. Like all of the insults are like top notch. It's like the insults that I would consider you only really get out of like a really harsh Glaswegian. Just like some of them are just like, there's a bit where women won't go into a lift, and he's just like, "Why? What is wrong with you? You're fucking omni shambles." Like it's just like just so good. So I would highly recommend it. They made a movie of it that was set in the US, but it was like the characters from the UK were over in the US as part of um like an ambassador's trip or something like that.
Okay.
I can't remember what the movie is called, but yeah, if given how shitty politics is over the world at the moment, it is fun to go back and watch and be like, oh, these guys are just a bunch of fucking idiots. Like and they always have been. It's great.
I'll have
Mm.
to look that up because I do like Peter Capaldi as an actor in general, and like I there's a lot of times, and I think I go in waves with things, and then we'll get back to like on track with girl pod stuff, but like I feel like I go in waves where it's like, okay, I watch a lot of, like, anime, and then I watch just, like, a lot of UK TV, and then, like and it's always, like, something it's like, sometimes I'm like, "I need something that is just inherently not American," right? And then I end up
Yeah.
just, like, watching, like, just clumps of things, like, I think my favorite in recent memory is probably TV show Vicious with Ian McKellen and Derek Jacobi, I think is his last name. Um, and they are an older gay couple, but they are so like snippety at each other. And then it's all of their older friends, and then the young
Mm,
hot guy who moves in downstairs, and they're like they go from trying to figure out, like, if he's gay to then trying to just, like, help him grow as a person, but the
mm.
banter between, uh, McKellen and Jacoby is just, like, so good. It's a comedy, but it's so much fun. It's very lighthearted, and then it's very heartfelt.
Yeah.
And it's definitely older, but, like, that's probably one of my favorite because like, Misfits was very good, but then it fell off, Being Human was amazing, and then I kinda, like but I go through these, like, spurts where I'm like, "Just give me everything that has been played," like, let me watch Uncle for the 10th time because I think I've rewatched the TV show Uncle, like, a million times for no reason, except that I just love that he doesn't know his nephew's own name, and I'm like, "Is that gonna be me as an aunt?" Like, "I don't know what your name is."
What's your name again? Like, what do you mean?
He's
I
like,
don't think I've ever seen Vicious, but
"Oh, Vicious is fun."
I love Ian McKellen and I love Derek Jacobi. Like, so like that sounds fun. I might have to see if I can find it somewhere. Like,
It's so much fun. It's like I think it's only 2 seasons and, like, a Christmas episode.
okay,
Um short show, but really, really, really fun if you want something lighter and, like, if you're like, "Today sucks, I want a comedy." That's a good
yeah,
one to throw on. Um,
oh, yeah. I
but
think British TV is very good for like there's a lot of very
mhm.
short, sharp comedies that are like 3 seasons only,
Yes,
and each season only has like 7 episodes, so you can sit at a weekend and
100%.
just watch like an entire season if you're feeling down. You could just chuck Black Boots on and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna lie on the couch and drink a whole bottle of red wine the way Bernard Blackwood. Like, I'm gonna do it." Like,
I'm just gonna put on Miranda, and I'm gonna stare at Tom Ellis the way that Miranda stares longingly at him.
I love that show. It's so good.
This is the random things that I've watched, and for anybody who's tuning in, this is not how we start an episode of Girl Pod. I know we went on a whole tangent. Normally, I tell you, hopefully you're not tuning in for the last time, maybe after this whole tangent that had nothing to do with gaming. This is your last time, but I hope not. If you're not already following the channel for actual gaming content, please be sure to click that subscribe button. You'll also get other podcasts such as the news podcast. You will also get gaming snippets that we put up there. We will be doing lots of things on the channel in the coming months. We've had a whole meeting about YouTube and what we want to do with it. And if you want to see what that's all going to be, you have to subscribe to get your updates. And if that's not enough, we also have gamersocialclub.ca, which is how we all ended up in this crazy channel to begin with. And that's editorials, guides, news, reviews written for gamers, by gamers. This is all passion projects that we do. This is not sponsored. This is not paid. You're going to get our actual thoughts on things. We promise. We are not going to be swindled just by a free game code. We all have like jobs and lives. We're going to tell you the honest truth. And I'll just buy the game and then crap all over it if I have to. We will always be honest with you. And then,
Yeah.
of course, if you need to interact with us in real time, join the Discord. The link is in the description below. That is all the things that I should have started with, but I got real distracted by Doctor Who because I feel like I haven't talked Doctor Who in a long time with anybody. And then we went on a little tangent, but that's okay. That's what this show is all about, some tangents. It is also about the drinks that we're having. So, Britt, what do you have today?
I have a banana bread latte.
Ooh.
Doesn't look
Oh.
like much right now because I drank it. But it is brown sugar with 2 shots of espresso, and then we add banana syrup and shortbread syrup to kind of give that banana
Oh.
bread flavor. And then I made a vanilla foam, which is now dissipated, but it is delicious. It smells wonderful, and I feel like it's one of those things that you could add alcohol to and make it, you know, it's good
Yeah.
iced, it's good hot. It's probably I don't like banana usually, like the flavor of banana, unless it's like a
Same.
brunt. Um, but this is phenomenal. One of my favorite drinks, and yeah, I love it. So
I could
it's
see,
very good.
like, some Baileys in it, um,
Hmm.
if you
You
wanted to
could
go a
sub
little
out the banana syrup for like a banana liqueur.
I was gonna say,
Mm.
yeah, you could do,
Yeah,
like, the liqueurs if you wanted to go stronger on the coffee flavor, maybe some Kahlua, like, if you wanted to
yeah,
like, if you wanted that sort of
Mm.
a flavor, I could see that.
yeah. There was a banana. There's like a I forget what brand it is, but it was like a banana cream
Mm,
Oh.
liquor that I added to hot chocolate a long time ago. Um, is it? I don't think it's that. Um, all I remember, and someone can, if you know what it is, in the comments, it had an Adirondack chair, and I'm pretty sure it was made by a country singer.
interesting. Okay.
But this was back
Yeah,
in
I've
like
never heard of this.
2016,
Mm.
2017 era.
Okay.
Um, I don't remember,
No, I mean, for a
but
while, there was I feel like this infusion, and I don't know if it made it outside of the US, there was just, like, a lot of weird I shouldn't say weird flavored, but a lot of, like, flavored infusion I think I saw a lot of it with vodkas, where it was, like,
mm,
whipped cream vodka, this type of like, every flavor had a vodka, like and I was like, "We don't need this many like, I know that there's, like, vanilla flavored vodka, and there's a few, but for a
mhm.
while, it was like, if you thought of a flavor, that vodka existed.
Yeah, yeah, it was like whipped or something. They had like all of those. I found the liquor, by the way. It's a banana rum cream by Blue Chair Bay, which
Okay.
is owned by Kenny Chesney. So it
So
was
you were
chair.
on it, yep.
I was
And
thinking the
country
chair.
singer.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Mhm.
yeah,
So you
yep.
knew.
And the cream that they use is always from fresh dairies. Is
Okay.
fresh from dairies in upstate New York. So,
Very
There you go. I've
nice.
never
which
heard of this.
I think
This
it's
must be
funny.
US only. Like,
It
Maybe.
might be. I don't know. I mean, it's country singer, so
yeah.
but it's really, really good. We used it in hot chocolate. We made it um like a giant crock pot full of hot cocoa one Christmas
And
because it
then
was just him and I, and that's all we did was drink hot cocoa all day and watch. I think we watched all the Doctor Who Christmas
Yeah.
things
Just one
or
after
some
the
in
other.
the
Yeah.
Office episodes and all that. So definitely recommend that. With that would be amazing in this. That
Mhm.
banana rum in this, I think that would be great.
Nice. What
What
about
about
you,
you,
V?
V?
So I have some juice, but I'm drinking for the pod. Vault City Brewing, which is one of my favorites. I think I've had Vault City quite a lot in here, but it's a Radler. So a Radler generally is like a lower alcohol beer. I think it's something to do with cycling. I think generally why they call it a Radler. I do not go cycling, so I would not be able to tell you. But it's like a beer you would have after going out on a long bike ride that's just nice and refreshing, but very low percentage. So this is only
Okay.
3.4. And it's lemon and ginger radler, and it's very refreshing and not too heavy for January. So this is what I am having. It's very nice. I like the ginger actually. Most radlers don't. You just get a standard. They're usually lemony.
Mm.
I
Is
think
there
it's probably
carbonation in it? Like a
yeah.
okay, so it's actually called a panache.
Panache.
Looking it up here. So it's a panache. It's a French drink made by mixing beer with carbonated lemon flavored soda or
Yeah,
lemonade.
and see, in the
Yep.
UK, we call
Interesting.
that a shandy. Uh,
That's
So
yeah, I've heard
it's mostly
shandies.
called shandies here.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the Radler name comes from, But yeah, I think they're all very similar. Like, but now people make them just pre-mixed as a radler. Or yeah, we would have a shandy or a lager
Yeah.
tops is like when you would just have most of a pint and then it's topped up a little with lemonade. Um, or a shandy is like half and half.
Mhm.
Um, do like a shandy. I remember my mum and dad giving us shandies like when we were quite young. If we were at like a family party, you'd have like a really small shandy, and then you would feel really grown up because you also had a little beer and everyone else had a beer. And it's like this the weakest beer you've ever seen, and it's actually this much beer and like this much lemonade. And it's like yeah, but we were the grown ups now, yeah. Like, but
So,
good.
Radler, it's German.
Mm,
Mm.
Shandy, I've heard it in the US, but you've heard it
Mhm.
in Scotland. But the panache is the French version.
oh, okay.
So
It's
many
nice to know
different
you can get it
names.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All
Many
right.
different names. Same vibe.
I like
I
it.
think everyone needs a nice little, even if you're choosing to drink a little bit less in January or for 2026, but you don't want to fully give up drinking. There's a lot of low alcohol versions of things
Mhm.
that you can still enjoy without um having to get rat every time you're having a drink. Like
No, that's fair. And I know even like the non-alcoholic like beer game has been really stepped up. Like it's not
Mhm.
like I know for the longest time it was just O'Doul's. Um and then now there's a lot of different ones. There's like I think Heineken has like their Heineken Zero and Corona has one. And like all these different companies are now like putting them out. And not to say that you can only have the zero and the non-alcoholic, but like even if you wanted to be like, oh, I'll have one that's alcoholic and one that's not and bounce back and forth and cut back that way because maybe you just truly like the taste, like, that I feel like that is, like, more of a thing, like, lighter or
yeah,
not at all, like, it's I don't know, and I feel like it's not even just, like, for the new year or people's resolutions. I feel like that's been happening the last year or so, and I know there's news articles about how people are drinking less and whatnot anyway, but it seems to be this, like, whole shift and movement that's happening.
yeah,
Mhm.
no, absolutely.
Kav- Kava is one of the new talkabouts I've heard lately. It's a root, um, but it can be. This is the caveat. As much as people use it for um, stepping away from alcohol, it is almost. I think. Okay, this is what I've read.
Mhm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Um, it can be just as addictive.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just be
So
careful if you're subbing out a substance
mhm,
for another
mhm.
substance.
be
Just
careful.
Yes.
just be aware of like
Mhm.
Mhm.
anything associated with that. People
Yep.
you can get addicted to all sorts of things, and anything that is slightly
Mhm.
mind altering, you should take at your own pace and don't
At your own
just do
risk
it.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
100%.
Uh, don't let anyone pressure you into doing things, kids. It's not cool. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, if
The
you're a
one
kid,
thing
why are
we
you
learned
listening
in
to this
school.
podcast?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one thing you
Yeah.
learned in
'Cause
school was what?
uh
Peer pressure is
don't
bad. It's
peer
bad.
pressure's bad.
Yeah.
Unless it's to play one more game and then always
And then
play
it's
one more
good.
game.
Yeah, it's
One
completely fine.
more.
One more game is fine.
One
Like
more round, one more game. It's
one more
fine.
Mhm.
run. Like
Oh my god, one more run. And then it's like, "Oh, I've been sat here for an hour and a half on this one more run."
hey.
Fucking blueprints.
Yes! Oh, okay. I
What day
need
are
you
you
to
on?
I'm not because they take me so long. Because 'cause I'm that person, that's why I'm like, one more run is like an hour and a half. I'm only on, like, day 30 something. But can I tell you how I had an almost perfect map yesterday, and I was so mad. I was literally missing 1 room.
Was it
Oh,
the garden?
No, it wasn't even that, like, it was I mean, if I would have had the garden and I had the garden key, so this was my bad, like, but I literally needed 1 room to the left of the chamber, right?
oh, to fill the entire
To
room
fill the
and
entire because
to fill the grid. Yeah.
I know that I still have a lot to uncover and all of that, right? But I was like, "Okay,
Mhm.
if I could fill the grid, I would at least feel like, you know, there's like
And
that
you get
moment
that
of like,
trophy too.
well, you get the
Yeah.
trophy, you get the moment of like, okay, this is doable, like I got this, like I can make this happen, right? So it was like one room away and I was out of gems and it gave me like a room that had no other exit and I was like, I was so mad. I was streaming it and I was like, I can't believe that I'm short one freaking room to make this so complete. I was like, I was really trying.
I'm
It
not
looks so
lying, I'm
good.
on day 43. Day
I mean,
Oh.
43.
that's fair.
And, a lot of them are because I don't you have to click save and quit, not save and continue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So don't do that. If you're done, save and quit,
Yeah.
'cause then otherwise it eats a day. Um, but how many times I'm just like I put down the what is it? The basement or the foundation.
The
The
I
foundation.
put it
foundation,
Mhm.
yeah.
in a
Mhm.
weird ass spot. So I'm like now it's like there and I'm like because I knew if I didn't click it that I would never get it again because that's just the way it's been running.
Mhm.
Mm.
So it's like right near the antechamber. Like it's to
Oh,
the
that's
Ah,
left
okay.
super.
one and down one. So it's like
Oh, see, I
mm,
have it
Yeah.
almost like perfectly in the middle.
mm, I
I
wish
wouldn't
I
even
had
be able to
gotten it then.
tell you. I've not played Blueprints like in months. Mine's is I think in a reasonable spot. But I wouldn't be able to tell you what day I was on. I went
Yeah.
fully into the Blueprints rabbit hole when it came out. I have screeds and screeds of notes in a notepad. I remember playing it once, one
Yeah.
evening, like Harry and I were playing it at the same time, like
Mhm.
just on Discord at the same time, and he was like, "Oh, I've found this, like, but I'm not entirely sure what it is." And he had been
There's
screenshotting things,
just
but I had like written like the scrawlings of a fucking mad
Yep.
woman, just
Yep.
like drawing diagrams, and I was like, "Oh, what is it? Like, show me." And he's like, "Oh, it looks a little bit like this." And I was like, "Ah, I've written this down." I'm like, "Get my notepad." I'm like, I was like, "Okay,
yeah.
that means this, and this is the color that you need." He was like, "Why is this all? Why have you written this? Why didn't you just take a
No.
screenshot?" I was like, "I don't
Some
know.
things I
Like,
took a
it
screenshot.
won't commit into my brain
Yeah.
unless I write it down."
Yeah, like,
Oh.
I
Um,
started and then it's, like, all over pieces of paper, and there's just, like,
Mhm.
16 pieces of paper, and it's like,
I
"Jesus fuck,"
I was like,
like
I started trying to be like, you know, normal about it, right?
yeah,
And
I need to get my
then
notepad.
and then it just like after a while I was just like I can't be as normal anymore. Like what is this? And then I just have like things that are scribbled and then I have a screenshot of like a grid from the study that then I started like
he's
just
busted out
typing
the book.
into like I like it's just like I just have stuff written everywhere and then screenshots and the music sheets are all
Mhm.
screenshotted and all this stuff is just screenshots and screenshots.
There's just
Mm.
piles and piles and piles of it. I've written everything
Yeah.
down.
See, now
Like
I need to
this.
restart because I'm laughing at, like, how many notes I've taken compared to you both, and I'm like,
I
dates
I
will pop up, and I'm like, "This is coming somewhere. This will be
Oh, yeah,
somewhere."
no, but that's the thing,
Like
it will, and
eh,
it's like you write it
you
down and
definitely
then,
will.
like,
like, the
I
some
drew
orchard.
things I
out
need to
all of the
delete.
constellations. Like I just drew them all
Oh
and
my
wrote
god,
all of their
I took
descriptions.
screenshots.
I was like, no, it
Yeah.
has to be written down.
I
Everything
can't
needs to be
I'm not
written down.
I am the type of person when I write something and have it physically in front of me, that's when I remember it.
Mhm.
When I
Yeah.
just take screenshots, like sure visual helps, but it's got to be that physical like act of doing it and having it in front of me. But the thing with me with taking notes is if I mess up one thing and I could be almost done with it, I got to restart the fucking page because it's ugly as shit now
Mhm.
and then I
Mhm.
Yeah.
have like and I'm just like
I
that's why
Yep.
I
had
feel like
to
I gotta start over. But the thing
yeah.
is, I have the orchard, so I don't wanna give up the orchard.
Mhm.
I have the allowance up to, like, 6, so I
I
don't
only
wanna
have it
get
up
rid
to
of that.
4. Ugh.
Like, I don't wanna do that, and it's
I'm not
like,
gonna tell you guys
bleh.
what my allowance is. You can get mad at me.
Well,
I've got hours
one
in
day
this game, like so many.
I
Like
was I had
51 hours I've played of Blueprints.
Oh my
Like
god.
let me see, I don't even know, but, like, um, what is it? 17.7 hours I have, and, like,
Yeah.
why haven't I finished this? Because I was like looking, how long does it take to get through? And some people are like, you'll probably figure it out on the 25th to 35th day. And I'm like, I'm on day 42, bitch.
Like, what do you mean? Who
Yeah, no,
figured
I
it out
don't
that
I
quick? Those
Like
people are
I
liars.
the
yeah, and there's so much more to do. Like even after you find like the 40 get into the
antechamber.
46
When you get
room.
to the
Yeah.
antechamber, there's like so much after that I heard. So it's
Yeah.
like
I have
um
17 hours.
yeah, we
There
have
is.
probably we have
Yeah.
around the
Yeah.
same hours. And when I play, like at this point I'm getting the same some of the same boxes in the parlor. So
Mhm.
it's just like beep boop move on. It's the really difficult. I'm bad at math. So the
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 dartboard?
other puzzle, the dartboard puzzle, I had to go online and find a solver because I could not do it. Like my brain doesn't math. And so I had to
Mhm.
find like when it got into the complicated ones, where you've got like the circle is in the middle with the square and all that
Mhm.
stuff. And like at
Yeah.
that point I was like, can't compute, must find.
I'm like, now I have to do
So
the square of things. Like, what? I'm like,
Yeah.
excuse me? Like,
mhm.
I'm like, this
Yeah.
isn't on the board on the sides, you bastard. Like,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Again, remember just like Harry and I playing at the same time, and he's just like, "You've not said anything for 5 minutes," and I was like, "Shut up! I'm trying to math." I'm literally, I'm just staring blankly
Yeah.
at my screen, being like, "I don't know what the square root of that number is.
Yeah.
Like, I have no
That's
fucking
why I found the
idea."
thing for it because I couldn't. And I will say like the wiki has helped a lot in understanding certain rooms because you're like, why does this room exist?
Mhm.
Like the spare room's existence and things like that. Like just why are you here? Are
Yeah,
you just like a walking point and things like that? And it's the frustrating I like to be about a game.
Yes,
yeah,
Because
100%.
sometimes when a game just hands things to you, it's just like, oh, that was no fun.
Mhm.
yeah,
So,
yeah. There's
Yeah.
and
definitely really,
there's no cheats whatsoever. There's no walkthrough.
no,
Like, if you don't get it, like, you don't get it.
Mhm.
yeah.
So,
There's a specific puzzle that I won't go into because you guys probably wouldn't have like encountered it because I think it is more of a later game one. But I got so obsessed with the fact that I was like, this is definitely a thing. That
mhm.
I wouldn't stop talking about it. It was like I was obsessed, like I had gone mad. It's like any time I was having a conversation with someone about the game, I was like, "No, but this is a thing, right? This has to be a thing." And Harry again is like, "What is wrong with you? Like, I don't think that's a thing." And I'm like, "No, it's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing." Like,
So
I'm like looking at my notes, and I'm like, "What do you mean? There's no way this can't be a thing. I've got 7 pages of notes on it. Like, this must be." But I can confirm that it was a thing, and I felt fucking amazing afterwards. I was like, "Yes, I've done it!" Like, and then immediately behind it was another puzzle, and I was like, like, "What do you mean? This took me days." Like, um,
I think we needed when Candy and I finally finish it, we need to do spoiler cast. I just feel like because the three of us, it's one of those games that the three of us actually all have played.
Mhm.
It's
yeah,
a spoiler cast because I
yeah,
feel like you're gonna want to talk the second we figured like that puzzle out, and we were like we finished it. You're gonna be like, okay, let me tell you about my thing that I played, and let me tell you the thing I wrote down and I figured out, and blah 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 blah. And we're gonna be like, okay, let's talk about it.
yeah.
So
Absolutely. When you guys get to a point where you feel like, right, this is as far
yeah.
is because I've not done like all of the end game stuff.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Because there's definitely more. But once you guys get to a point and you're like, yeah, this is happy
Hmm.
with the level of puzzle. I don't want to go
Yeah.
deeper than this because
Yeah.
otherwise I'll
That's
become a
fair.
maniac. We should definitely do a
Yeah.
spoiler cast. I'm so up for that. Like,
Yeah.
I was gifted the game,
Same.
and
Mhm.
as a Christmas gift from a friend, and I was like, okay, I'll save it for stream. And then I was like, no, I don't know about you, Candy, but there's just some games that like you want to do by yourself, not on
Mhm.
stream. That like, and it's for me personally, this was a game that I wanted off stream because I wanted the challenge of not having people come in and spoil it. Because I've had so many times where it's like someone's just like, just try this, and I was like, no, let me figure it out by myself. Like that's the type of person I like. I get mad when I'm like, because I think like, growing up, there was a lot of times where, like, my family would step in and tell me what to do in a
Mhm.
situation instead of letting me figure it out, and so sometimes as an adult, I feel like sometimes I flounder when I get the chance to make these decisions because there's no
Mm.
one
Okay.
stepping in to make them for me, and so when it comes to something like this, it's like, "No, I want this game to myself because I don't want." Like, sure, I wanna talk to other people that have played it in the sense of, like, we are right now, but
Mhm.
I don't want someone rando coming in and being like, "The answer to that is blah, 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 blah," and you're like,
Yeah.
so so I just wanted something that was for me, if if
Yeah.
that makes sense, and I don't know if you were like that with other games
Oh, yeah.
um, or
Oh,
even, like,
totally.
reviewing games, like, I don't wanna even though you're excited about the game and these are games coming out and you're like, "Oh, I want a key for it because I wanna review it, or I wanna get it early, I wanna review it." But at the same time, you're like, "I don't want people to know my thoughts about it because I've cherished this game or been waiting for it, that I just wanna enjoy it."
Mhm. Oh, 100%. So, yeah, it's funny because I have so I'm having a different experience with blueprints, right? So it was
Mhm,
also a Christmas gift. Sean got it for me for Christmas because he knew I'd been eyeing it, and I kept kind of going back and forth. And I was on the fence about whether or not it was going to be a streamer or on stream game, right? So the
mhm,
first time I played it on stream, and then I also started a second run off stream, right?
mhm,
But I've actually been having a good time streaming it, right? And I'm still solving, I would
mhm,
say 95% of the puzzles on my own, right? But I'm also looking at it as almost like an escape room with chat, right? And I love me a good escape room. And I will say that thankfully there has not been anybody, and maybe it's just the type of players that Blueprints attracts. There hasn't been
mhm,
anybody that's come in and been like, this is how you solve it, or this is how you do this, right? Anybody who has come in, they're like, "Oh," like, like, they're like, "Oh, okay," like, sometimes I know that I do this on stream too, where sometimes I'll speed through things, so after the fact, they'll be like, "Oh, you just, like, you sped through stuff and you missed something," right? Or every once in a while, someone will be like, "Well, do you want, like, a hint?" And I'll be like, "Yes." Okay, like, now I'm at the point
mhm,
of, like, you know, give me a hint or whatever. Right? So I think the people that play Blueprints, that the overlap of people who play Blueprints and are on Twitch have been very respectful of, like, don't spoil the shit for anybody else, right? So that I think has been really fantastic. And again, I'm still doing, I would say, 95% of the puzzles because people aren't like just telling me the things with puzzles. Like, and because there are certain things where I'm like, from all, God, I've probably done close to 100 escape rooms, if not more, right? So I already know that there are certain types of puzzles that my brain just doesn't wrap around, right?
mhm,
And that's like that 5% that it's really nice to have chat in that sort of escape room sort of vibe where they're like, this is the thing, right? The the math one, like, it takes me a little bit of time, but I'm like, "Okay, I can do it," right? Like, I see the logic, I can do
mhm,
it. There was a puzzle box that I found, when I was playing it yesterday, and I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing with this puzzle box." I was able to open it and, like, get the allowance, which was great. Um, but I was like, like, took me so long to sort of figure out, like, how does this actually work? And nobody said anything, they let me sort of figure it out. Um, but it was like, okay, if I had a like, that was one of those types of puzzles that I was like, if I hadn't gotten lucky, because I do really feel like that one was one that was lucky, that's the type that I would have, like, handed to somebody else in an escape room and been like, "I can't," like, there's
mhm,
some pattern that, like, I'm not jiving with that I just can't, whatever. And obviously in escape rooms, you also have the context of time where, time is dwindling down, unlike blueprints. But I've had a really good experience streaming it. And I still have the playthrough that I, was doing like off stream for myself. But it's been a fun shared experience with people.
mhm,
Right. But I have also had other games where people will come in and like try to ruin it. Right. And be
yeah,
like, here's the
mhm,
spoiler. Ha ha ha. But I think it's also very healthy, and it should be more normalized to keep games for yourself, right? And this
mhm,
is not just, I think I've said this before, but this is not just if you're a streamer or a YouTuber or a content creator or whatever, whatever. I think even for us who are just like reviewing and writing about games, I think it's good to keep games for yourself, right? So, like, most recently, uh, I traveled back in time, apparently, when it comes to gaming, because I was literally playing Blueprints and Expedition 33 at the same time, which I know everybody's like, "I played that, like, a year ago, what's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Well, now is the time that I had more downtime," and I kept Expedition 33 totally for myself. I sat on the couch, I played Expedition 33, I finished the game, it's a great game, I understand why it won awards, blah, 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 right? And I'm not gonna tell you anything that other people haven't told you about the game at this point. I did not go and do the DLC yet. That's something else that, I'll go and do, but that was like, "This is a game for me. This is me unplugging from everybody else. I'm not writing about it. I'm not, like, I don't even I took some screenshots, but I wasn't even like, I'm sharing these screenshots, like, across the board. I was like, "This is just
They were for
me."
you. They were for
Yeah.
you. And I think that it's such a healthy thing, like, even even taking a step back from, like, multiplayer games,
Mhm.
like Dead by Daylight, like, sure, I play that with other people, but it's not a game that I play solo. It's not a game that I personally play solo.
That's fair.
Um, and I feel like it's necessary sometimes, and as fun as it is playing with games with other people and, as a streamer playing games on stream, having that outlet for yourself
Mhm.
that because sometimes, you play games for other people
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the sense of, like, everyone's like, "We're playing Among Us, jump on," and I'm like, "I hate Among Us." I do. I hate Among Us, and what's that other freaking game, that big party game, where you do different obstacles or whatever? I don't remember. It was big with kids for a while.
Oh,
Um,
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. Fucking hate Fall Guys. And
To be fair,
anytime
I
someone
I I also hate Fall Guys. I
someone
did play it.
offers, they're like, "Let's play it because it's this and this," and I'm like, "Could we
No.
not?" Like, I'll sit here, I'll let you guys enjoy, but I don't wanna play it. But, like,
Mm.
sometimes you play those games just to have camaraderie with other
Mhm.
people, and, I feel like it's such a healthy thing as a person who plays games to have a game that you go to when you're just trying to be.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
we we were talking about it earlier today, how we wanted a 3rd screen for things,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I'm a 2-screen person wanting a 3rd, but I'll have blueprints over here, and then I'll have, like, a low attention span type of something on my other screen, um, going in the background because it's like, sure, I'm a person who needs 2 types of stimulation at the same time,
Mm.
but also, like, I just feel like it's just a vibe. It's
Yeah.
just a whole vibe where I'm, like, in my own head, I get to think
Mhm.
when I need a break from doing what is here, I pay attention to whatever's on here, like, it's just, uh, I think it's so healthy, and I recommend it to anyone that plays games. Like,
Yeah.
don't always feel like you have to log on and play with a friend.
Mhm.
Don't always feel like you have to save a game for stream. Sure, if
Mhm.
you want to share it with others, great. But like, there's a new game coming out called Paralives that I've been watching for years. It's been on my wish list since 2021. Um, and it comes out, and yes, I did request to early review it because yes, I'm really excited about it. But I feel like after that, it's like it's mine. Like,
Mhm.
I don't want to share that excitement
Yeah.
with other people because
Yeah.
I don't want it soiled, if that makes sense too. You don't want it
Yeah.
soiled by other people's opinions.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's nothing worse, I think, if you're really excited about a game and then you post that you're playing it or something on, like,
It's
I don't stream, but
dead on.
you post on Blue Sky or something, you're playing it, and then someone has to come in. It's like, obviously, people are entitled to their opinions, but if you see someone being super excited about something and the only thing that you can think to do is go in and be like, that
And
looks
shit
trash,
on
by
it?
the way. Yeah, that looks trash, or I tried it and it
Mhm.
was shit. And it's like, make your own post saying that you didn't like the game.
Yeah.
Like, or,
Yeah.
if someone's posting about it, being like, oh, I'm trying this out, not really sure about it, and you're like, oh, I didn't really like it, that's fine. But when you genuinely see someone that's like super excited, your first thought is like, fuck that, fuck your excitement. I need to
Mhm.
tell you that I think this is shit. And I'm like, you're a horrible person. You need to
Yes.
work on that. fucking talk to someone because that's not okay. Like,
hmm You can
like,
disagree. You can.
yeah,
There's nothing saying that you can't. You have to agree with this person, but I think it's the way you go about it.
yeah,
Mhm.
Like if you absolutely shit on a game after someone has shared their excitement,
Rude.
yeah,
Rude. Yeah.
that's the
yeah,
second time I'm giving the finger today. But um but and go on your own thing and rant about it and
Yeah.
let
yeah,
people comment on their opinion, like on yours. But don't yuck someone's young in the minute,
Mhm.
in the
yeah,
moment,
yeah,
especially the way you do it. I
yeah,
just think
100%.
it's
absolutely.
kind of
One, not every game's for everybody, so we have to
Mhm.
normalize that. We have to normalize the opinion of this just isn't for me.
Yes.
Like,
mhm.
not every game is for you. Like, I love a
Yes.
little strategy game. Like, I love a little turn-based tactics
Mhm.
game. I am the dumbest motherfucker you have ever met in your life. Like, I cannot think 3 steps ahead of anything. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm having a good time with this, and then I'm like, at a certain point, I'm just hitting a hard wall because I'm like,
Mhm.
what? But like I play chess with my friend in the pub when we've like had 7 pints. Like that is the capacity of my strategic thinking. But if someone is talking about their love for them and how much how excited they are, like we like thinking about Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff like that, I'm like I'm never going to complete that. And at a certain point, I'm like just not going to be able to do it because my brain doesn't function
Mhm.
in that capacity. I'm not going to go on and be like, actually, these sorts of games are shit, like, and you're bad for liking them.
But it's
And
so
that
good.
seems like and I'm sure it is like, and it's not actually because I wouldn't enjoy it. It's because I'm dumb. Like, but like realistically, you can have that opinion at the same time as being like excited for the fact that your friend is excited for something.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
people need to stop thinking that one, their opinion's the only opinion that matters. That's weird. And
Mhm.
again, you should talk to someone about that. And two, like sometimes it's okay to just be quiet. Like
It is.
Mhm.
sometimes you don't need to say anything.
You
Like
could just say, "Wasn't up to what I wanted to play."
Yeah.
And
yeah,
that's it.
mm,
That's it.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
It's not something that's on my playlist this year. Move on.
100%.
That's all you have to
Yeah.
say and move on.
And be
Yeah.
like, I'm
Or
so
if
happy
you're
you're excited
scrolling
about
on
that.
Threads,
Not for
if
me.
you're
Like
yeah, or if you're scrolling on Threads, you just don't have to respond.
you could just keep scrolling.
You can just
Controversial.
keep going.
Yeah. No,
No, I
absolutely.
don't
You have to
I
say
don't get
anything.
it. Yeah, you don't. That's exactly. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to ruin it for other people, right?
Mhm.
But, I don't care. Souls like games still suck. But that's my opinion, right? I don't care that I got very good at dodging and parrying in Expedition 33 to the fact that I never turned down the difficulty even though there were so many times that I thought I was going to. Dodging and parrying in Expedition 33, great. I'm still not gonna fucking do it in a Souls-like game because I hate them and I'm never gonna go back to them. Okay? They're pain. They are such pain. Okay? And I say this as I'm pretty sure someone is playing Elden Ring 10 feet away from me or whatever it is.
I'm
But
wearing Dark Souls shorts. I can't believe you would say this in front of Celia. Like he doesn't deserve this negativity in his life. Like
you know who else doesn't deserve this sort of negativity? Whoever your fantasy guest is supposed to be.
which is actually very fitting. This is not rehearsed, but my fantasy guest is Miyazaki, the director of the Soul series.
Okay, that's perfect.
Because I think, well, I love Souls games, and I completely appreciate the fact that a lot of people don't. Um, I weirdly got into them like midway through the pandemic, and I think it was just that, oh, smashing your head against something over and over again, but then overcoming something felt really satisfying in a time where it was just like everything is the same and you
Mhm.
can't do anything. And it's like, okay, everything is the same, but maybe you can do something. Like, so that's when I got into Souls games. Um, but I really like Miyazaki's design philosophy around them. And I do think he would be really interesting to talk to about that design philosophy. And also, I think would be fun to discuss, and I'm sure you probably wouldn't actually want to discuss, but the fact that the Souls community, one half of it, wonderful, some of the nicest, most supportive people you'll ever meet, who are like, they just want to share tips and tricks. They want to do jolly cooperation and help you with a boss. And then the other half genuinely the most toxic and horrible people you'll ever meet in your entire life. um, talking about like spoiling games and stuff like that. If you haven't had some rando on like a Reddit thread or Twitter or in a stream tell you you are playing a Souls game wrong when you're playing it, then like you probably haven't been on the internet for very long. Like I have played pretty much all of the Souls games. I've not completed Sekiro because it's hard, it's super hard.
Mhm.
Like, but the amount of times you'll just be like, oh, I use this build, and it's like that's cheating. Using summons is cheating. Using magic is cheating. Like playing the game the way that Miyazaki let you play it is
It's
cheating.
cheating.
Um, and it's like it's not though. I've not enabled any cheats. Like using cheat engine is cheating.
Yes.
Like using the tools of the game is not. Um, and he has a lot to say about like the fact that he's bad at video games and the reason that he puts all the different things in the game is to try and encourage people to experiment to try and overcome the obstacles. Um,
Okay.
but I don't think I've ever seen him discuss like some of the fan base and their opinions on um what they think is right or wrong about playing a Souls game, and I think that would be a very interesting conversation to be like. So, what do you think about the fact that half the people that play your games think that your design philosophy is at one point goated, but at the second point dog shit, like, and shouldn't exist, like only unga bunga? Like, I think that would be a very interesting conversation. Um, yeah, I would love to talk to Miyazaki about his philosophy on game design.
But I think that'd be interesting too because so many people the game is already hard enough as it is, and then you get people who make it even harder, right? Like, people who are like, "I'm gonna do a no-hit run," right? Or,
Yeah,
"I'm gonna do just this ridiculous type of build." Um, and I think it would be interesting to hear, like, as someone who is self-proclaimed bad at games, right? Like, how do you like, when you see these people doing these crazy challenges, right? Or like level 1 run, and you've
yeah,
designed this game with so many different ways to try to make it more accessible, and then you have these people that are not that they're making it less accessible, obviously, but they're just ramping up that difficulty, right? Like,
yeah,
is that part of then how you think about designing the next thing, right? Knowing that they're gonna ramp up the difficulty because what you were putting in as a already difficult game is not difficult enough for them. Are you designing
yeah,
things with that sort of player base in mind? Are you designing things just still like with yourself as the player and then giving you so many different like options, right? Like I think that would be really interesting. Um, you know, I think it would also be interesting like would would he say anything to those players that are like, "Well, just get good," right? Like, what would be a message to them, right? Like,
yeah,
Get good.
maybe instead of telling people just to get good, maybe like hop on multiplayer and help them out, right? Like, maybe don't be a tool bag, right? Like, but, and I know not every game has multiplayer, but for the ones that do,
mhm,
um, I could see that being very interesting. I'm not gonna hop on a game even if I have a god tier gamer because I'm done. I've tried it. I am done with those games. I tried Elden Ring, and the worst part was people were like, "But you're not bad and you got pretty far for someone who doesn't like these games." I'm like, "Yes, but what you just said exactly. I don't like these games. Like, I don't wanna keep
yeah,
doing this. I could be the best at these games. I still don't wanna do it."
yeah.
Like,
You don't like again. If you don't like something, you don't have to do it. You
yeah.
absolutely don't have to do it.
You have to pay me a lot of money
But
to go back to it.
you heard her in the comments. Like, you- we need subscribers up so we can
ten
monetize this, so
thousand
we can
dollars and
play.
Candy will play.
Caddy will play Dark Souls 2 with me. Like the worst, objectively worst
The
one.
worst.
Like,
Oh my god. No,
but no,
I
I
just
think it would be an
yeah,
interesting conversation.
I think
Yeah.
so. That's the thing. Because, and I think we've talked about this a little bit when we talk about reviewing games. Like, even though the game is not for me, I can understand the appeal for people. I understand that there's the challenge appeal, right? I understand that somewhere in these games there's a lot of lore and story. I have no idea where because the game is just like whatever, go do your thing. Um, so I think it would be, it would be interesting to hear from the people a little bit more behind the scenes of like how you're putting these together, why this way. Um, and especially was it Night Rain that everyone said like the magic was busted because it made it too easy, right? Um,
Elden Ring, I think.
is it
Yeah,
Elden Ring?
Night Rain's like the roguelike
Okay.
spin-off sort of thing. But yeah, people do say they say about most of them that the magic is easy mode. Um, I've only ever used magic in Dark Souls 1, and it can
Mm,
make things easy, but you then have to like build your stats up in different ways where you have less health and stuff. So but again, it's like play them how you
how
want.
you want.
Like
Yeah.
I got 150 hours in Dark Souls 2. I play the same build every time. I only pick the rapier. My character always looks the same. She has the same haircut. She has the same face. She runs through. She's like, "Oh, rapier time," and then I just go. Like I don't want to do it another way. Like I
That's
don't care.
fair.
Like I'm having fun. Like
Listen, that's valid. I think that's valid. That is that is valid for you. I am happy that you found your rapier build. You can play it a million times, and I will be over here still trying to figure out some of these puzzles and blueprints.
No, it's fine. We'll work them out together. Like we'll do it. I've got my notes. We've all got our notes. When we do our spoiler cast, if there's puzzles we've not done yet, we can be like, "Ah, wait, I've got a note about that." Like maybe we can figure it out together,
Oh my
like in the
god.
spoiler cast. Like
Help me with the damn boiler room. For fuck's sake.
I did the boiler room. The one that I have not done is the pump room, I think it is, with the water tanks.
Oh
That's the
yeah.
one. Yeah, not the boiler room. It's the pump tanks is the one I'm
Yeah.
struggling with. That one. Yeah,
That and I
that's the one
the um the stupid electric box, right? I have done like the buttons where you have to make them all like purple or whatever, right? And I can't tell you the number of times that I've done that and then turned around and been like, I have no idea what all these things do. Like I found how you make them all purple, right? So I've
Mhm.
made every time I see it, I make them all purple and then I'm like, I don't know what room this is connected to or anything, but if I if I run into this space, it's done.
Okay.
Just in case
Yeah.
It's already done.
they're all
Mhm.
pushed.
Mhm.
I can't even remember what that refers to. Or
And
like,
it's
there's too
it's
many
like
notes here.
it's like
Like,
VAC. It's like VAC and then the buttons and I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but okay. Cool.
yeah.
Mm.
Done. We're fine. We're fine. We move along. Um yeah, oh my god. That
Yeah, there is other things that I definitely wrote down just looking at these, and like they then ended up not doing anything. I got like really over invested in like how much a banana costs, I think. And I was like, I don't even know if this ever done anything. I was just like, it's like 5 lines of me trying to figure out like a a
Mhm.
simultaneous equation that I'm pretty
Bananas,
sure I just
apples,
made up
and
in my
oranges.
yeah, I
Yep.
just made it up in my own head. I was just like, yeah, like this will work. I'm sure it probably does come up somewhere, but if it does, I've not found it again. Like,
I finally last I will say when I was playing last night, I got a lot of the clues. I got a lot of the stuff. Um and I the way I've been playing it is I'm like if I make progress in a gaming session, I feel very good. Um so I was able to make a good amount of progress. Um like I found so I have the tunnel. That wasn't last night, but I have the tunnel. Um
Okay.
and I have access to the outside room, which felt huge because I was like, "Oh my god, this is changing so many things for me." Like, because what's really interesting is now the outside room is changing the way that I'm gonna play it. Because I was like, "Well, now, based on whatever happens here, is gonna be whatever happens like, is gonna influence, like, the way I've been doing things." Um, so that's been really interesting, and the thing that was driving me nuts, I could not figure out what I had to build with the sledgehammer to break certain things. And I finally
Mhm.
like figured out what the three ingredients or the three tools that you would put together in the workroom were. And I was just like, great. I don't think I've had a single run where I've had all three of those at the same time.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
that
was
is
like,
annoying.
okay. But at least now I
Now I
know
know.
what they are because at
Yeah.
least I've been like, "Okay, well, here's a sledgehammer. What does it allow me to put it with?" And it was like, "Oh, okay, so in one run, I had the battery, and in one run, I had the broken piece, and now, like, so it's like, okay, but now I have to find a run where I have all those things. Good luck to me."
See, and that's why the coat check is important, but the fact that you can only do one thing in
One.
coat check,
Mhm.
and I always what if you use the coat check, what's your favorite thing to put in the
The
coat check?
detector shovel.
The detector shovel.
Yep.
You can put them together?
Yes.
Oh, well, where's my
Britt's
pen?
So
like,
we're
"Imma put this
podcast is
down right
done.
now."
Podcast is done, guys. So it's blueprints time. Like,
Right.
write that down. Write that down. Like,
Yes, because it still does the job of both, which is amazing.
Okay, well, I guess I'm starting
She's like,
over.
"Game
Um,
changer right here."
dude, okay, while we've been sitting here, I just ordered a brand new notebook.
Just for
So I
blueprints?
can when it comes in tomorrow, so I will not play until tomorrow when I can write it all down. And I'm already in my head graphing like, okay, this page will be for this room, and then we'll do the room, and then the items, and the
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
I get like that about notebooks. If stuff in them is like not good, then I've got so many notebooks. But I could not do that with blueprints. At a
Yeah.
certain point, it did just become the ramblings of a mad
Mhm.
woman. Like there was no way I could sort it in any way because it was like I have to write this down immediately, and it's
Mhm.
like there's no room in the page anymore. I'm like, okay, whatever, go. Like,
Yeah.
well, my thought process was like, I'll remember this. I'll remember this, but then you don't because it's not a game you sit and do in one swoop
Mhm.
unless you're a super your IQ is in outer space. And I don't even think you can do it in you could not do it in one day. With
There
the
I think there
steps?
is I think there is an achievement if you do something in one day, but I feel
you
like
can,
there's no way that you are, like, fully completing the game in one day unless you've played before and are like,
Mm.
because 'cause I'm like, how do you know the answers to everything already? Like,
yeah, no, there
Unless
is an
you're
achievement,
yeah.
but it's like you do it on a separate and
on a
you save
separate save
file
file.
to do
Yeah.
it on one day. And yeah, I think you need to have like hundreds of hours in the game. And I
Yeah.
think there's a way to um have certain things unlocked in a new save file if you do them in one or
Mhm.
the other. Yeah, so that it's actually feasible. No one's
Mhm.
starting this up fresh and just being like, "Oh yeah, no, I did it."
I did
Like,
it in a day.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because
yeah,
you
if
can't
you say
do it
you
in
did,
those
you're a
50
liar. You
steps.
liar.
You
Like,
cannot do it in the 50 steps.
mm,
You would have to
yeah,
get so
so much good food RNG.
yeah, so I mean,
Like,
the food, the sleeping mask, the bedrooms, like,
The
you would
salt.
have to get yeah, you'd have to
mm,
get, like, the perfect the shoes, so that way when you do have to backtrack to get to the other side like, you would have to get literally everything so perfect to do it on, like,
Mhm.
one run without something else influencing, like, your new save file, like, and or you just already know what you're looking for, right? Like, you already know
Yeah.
that, like, okay, 'cause I'm thinking like, if you boot that game up for the first time, right? And let's say you draw the furnace as, like, one of your first cards, right? You're like, "Oh, that sucks." Like, it's a room that closes off, and, like, that sucks because now I can't, like, move forward. And it says, "Oh, like, the red cards, you're more likely to draw red cards," right? You don't know how bad those red cards are gonna screw you over if the first red card you get is the furnace. You're just like, "Okay, I'm gonna draw more red ones." And then suddenly, you're like, "Oh, the gym is gonna take 2 steps every time I walk in," and then you pull the weight room, and the weight room is like, "Oh, well, there you lost
Just
half your
fucks
steps."
you over.
Like,
It just
"What?
fucks
What?"
you
Right?
over.
So you don't know how bad the red ones are until if the furnace is the first one you see, you're just like, "Alright." the red ones. You don't know the synergies yet. So there's like no way that anybody who says, "Oh yeah, I beat it on the first try," bullshit.
No. Yeah,
Mhm.
you had to go in and learn all the mechanics and then which
Mhm.
is what it is intended to do. There is an
Right.
achievement for doing it like day one, but it is like you do all the stuff first, so you know everything,
Mhm.
so again you can
Mhm.
do it. Like that's why there's
Yeah.
more than one save slot. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
mm,
I think it's a game that I don't know, it's a time warp. 'Cause, like, I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna do 1 run." It's 11:30. Like, my partner and I usually go up to bed at midnight, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna do 1 run. I'll just do one
Mhm.
day, and then we'll go upstairs to bed." And then I look at the clock, and it's 1:30, and I'm like, "Where was I?"
Yeah. The
mm,
first time I sat and I was like 4 hours later, I was like, "How the hell did 4 hours fly by?"
mm.
I was like, "What's happening? What
It
is
keeps
this?"
telling me in my Discord that it's like, "Candy has also played this game. Do you wanna talk to them about it or something?" It's like, "Do you wanna play together?" And I'm like, "It's not a game you play together.
Go away.
Stop ask
I'm
stop
solving the
asking me to play
puzzles.
with them." And then
No.
there's times where I wanna
Ugh.
go into your chat when you're playing, and I'm like, "Do you know the answer to this?"
It definitely can be a game that you play together, though. Harry and I
I
played
f
a lot of it together. It
I
was
feel
good
like it's a
fun.
game you can play, you know,
It's
play
parallel
together,
play.
but
Yeah,
not yeah, it's parallel play, but I definitely
yeah.
don't think it's not a game you can, "Let's play together." Like, our my friend who gifted it to me was like, "You guys can sit on the couch and play together." I was like,
No, not that. No. They have
"No."
to be playing it at the same time, and then
Mhm.
you can be like, "Oh, this is a puzzle that I've found. Do
Yep.
you have any clues
Mhm.
about that?" And then you can
Yes.
discuss, and
Mhm.
that's absolutely fine. But no, I would have killed someone if they were sitting next to me, being like, "Oh, what about that?" I'd be
Oh,
like, "Absolutely not." Like,
yeah. I love my partner,
Mhm.
but not that much.
no.
No.
No,
Like,
that's fair. No, I mean,
Although I do
it's
love
very,
them
very
when the
good.
math problem came around.
Mhm.
it's like,
So,
Yeah.
please,
Oh, that
please help
math
me.
one.
Please help me do maths. I'm so bad at
mhm.
it.
It's
Yep.
so much. It's so first time I was like, "Oh, this is easy. This is great." And then I was like, "You bastard with your square." 'Cause the and at first, I didn't even see the square, right? So,
Yeah.
like,
Mm.
the first time I didn't even notice it, and I'm just like, "Okay." And then I didn't notice there was a square, but I saw that it was lit up, and I was so confused because then I was like, "Well, this math do" I was like, "The math isn't mathing because the bullseye is lit up." So then I'm like, "I don't play darts." So then I literally went to Google and I'm like, "How many points is a bullseye worth?" I'm on stream saying this, right? Because I was trying to figure out how many points is a bullseye, and uh, I'm not looking up, like, how it works in the game mechanically, so I'm just like, "Well, everything else seems to be point value, right? So what's this?" And then I'm like, "Okay," so I find, like, a thing of a dartboard, and it's like, "So the bullseye is worth this many points, and this line is a triple, and this one is a double, and blah, 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 because I don't play darts." So and then I was like, "But the math isn't mathing." And thankfully, right? Because then I was starting to get, like, slightly frustrated, and somebody in the chat, like, again, like, "Do you want a hint?" And I was like, "Yes." And they were like, "It's not the bullseye, it's the shape within the bullseye." And then when they said that, I was like, "Oh, there's a square." And then I was like, "Show me I gotta s" and then I was like, "I gotta square this shit." And I had to remember, like, okay, square is a number multiplied by itself. Like, I had to really
Yeah.
sit there and be like, "Okay, so that's this." Because I just, like I'm staring at it and I'm talking about numbers, but yet for some reason, I did not see the actual square itself, and I was like, "Son of a" and I was like, "See, this is the type of time when, like, in a in an escape room, I would, like, take it over because Sean and I have done a lot of escape rooms, I would take it over and be like, 'What am I missing?'" Right? Or I would take it
Yeah.
over to one of my friends, and be like, "What am I missing here?" Like, there is something that is right in front of my face, but I can't see it. Like so, that's why but I think that's why it's been, like, a really interesting, like, experience in that way. Um, but I mean, it's a hell of a game. I know with, like, the Indie Game Awards, initially, there was drama with that, but, initially, they had given Game of the Year to Expedition 33, and then because of AI generation, they took it back, and, even though the final version or final version of Expedition 33 doesn't have AI and it was just used during development. It was patched out, blah, blah, blah. They rescinded the Expedition 33 and then gave it to Blueprints. And I 100% understand why they gave it to Blueprints.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
it's an absolute banger. It's definitely one of my favorite games last year.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
The lore that
100%.
comes with the letters you receive and the
Oh my
find and
God.
stuff, I'm like,
Hmm.
"What the hell was grandpa doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
they did not need to go that hard on like just the lore of the world as well. It's just
Hmm.
like this is
Mhm.
just a really good puzzle game, and then it's like
Yeah.
ooh political intrigue, and I'm like ooh
Yes.
excited.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Yes.
100%.
That
Yeah, I
combination is so
definitely
good.
think we definitely need a spoiler cast on this one. Just I just think it's honestly like just the did someone it, if I'm not incorrect, someone on Gamer Social Club um who reviewed it?
Was it Harry?
I reviewed it. Yeah,
Hmm.
Was it Harry?
Hmm.
yeah.
Did he also do some of the walkthroughs?
He did the guide, like a really beginner's guide for
Okay.
the dartboard, but without the complicated things
Okay.
Mm.
later, because because you don't see them until like so much
Until,
later in the game.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm sure he also did another guide. I can't remember what for though. Yeah.
I think Harry might need to be on the spoiler cast with us.
I think so.
Oh yeah, I think he'd be happy. Or you think he'd be happy to do that? We played quite a lot of it at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Just,
and it was
just
just us going like, ah, I
can
found
we
a
just
thing. Is this important? Do you think this is important? Like that was
can we
mostly
just
me.
volunteer
Like,
him that he's doing spoiler cast with us?
yeah, we'll just say to him, yeah. After this, we'll just drop off and just go into the general chat and be like, oh, you're doing this by the way, just so you know.
We don't know when
I
yet, but
saw
you're
that
doing this.
Yeah.
I saw like an hour or so ago he was playing Paper Trails, which was one of my top games of cuz I reviewed that game when it came out and it was
Mhm.
one of my favorite games just because of the beauty of the game and I was like, "How are you liking it?" Cuz I was like I just excited to talk to people about it. Um
Yeah.
but yeah.
That is the best thing about being in the Discord. You see someone else playing something that
Yeah.
you like, and you're like, or someone just mentions it in the what you playing, and I'm like, oh,
Mm,
that's such a good game. Like, are you enjoying it?
mhm.
It's
Yeah.
why you should join the Discord so you can have
That
these
is a
moments. Like,
Yes.
100%. Like, you get to have conversations just like the one we're having right here.
yeah,
Yes.
Like, Did you get this puzzle? Do you know how
yeah,
to figure this puzzle out? Can you help me out?" Like, just that I think that and, it's finding the, game-minded people, I guess,
Hmm.
you know, I have just a weird niche of games that I like to play. Like, I've talked to Sean a couple times about like, did you like this game? One of the first conversations I had with Candy was about uh date everything. So
Hmm.
like that's how things start. Like,
Yeah.
get in the Discord. Get in the Discord.
yeah. You meet good friends who, and you're
Mhm.
guaranteed to find someone that probably has played a little niche game that you love,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and like you've not got anyone else to talk to about it. One of us,
Mhm.
someone in there will have played it.
Yes.
Like
Mhm.
my Steam list of games is just like a complete scattershot Russian roulette of anything. Like
Mhm. Yep.
so, you'll find someone in there who'll have played like your favorite game that will want to talk to you about it. Like
Mhm.
100%. I
Yes.
that's I think that's also like the nice thing that like Discord has continued to add like the integration of also like PlayStation. So like you
mhm,
could be sitting on PlayStation, and if you set it up, it'll show if you want it to, of course, the game that you're playing, so that people can be like, oh, this person's also playing this game, cool, because I really like this game.
mm,
Or I've been interested in this game and I don't know that I want to spend the $60 on it yet. Like, but maybe I can
yeah.
get some feedback from people that have like played the game. I was very sad that I had to miss some Sonic racing that was happening, and I'm like, I really want to dive into the Sonic game more.
Yeah.
And timing just did not work out, and I was like, oh, I really want to play this. I really want to play this, and I really want to play with people. Although I know I'm going to be probably so bad at it, but I just want to play with people.
Yeah. Racing games are so fun with other people. No. Like there's so much
Mhm.
They
more
are.
fun with other people. Mm.
They really are.
And I just I just want someone to join the Discord who is as obsessed with Super Fantasy Kingdom as I am, so I can talk to someone about it that's not going to look at me as if I'm a lunatic. Like,
I mean, aren't we all just a little bit of lunatics though?
well, yeah, no, that's very fair. I am lunatic. Yeah, like again, this is not the first time that this notepad has been subjected to the ramblings of a mad woman. I had a very similar experience with Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which if you like Blueprints, I will guarantee that you'll probably enjoy. Although there is maybe a little bit more mathing at some of the points.
Mhm.
None of it gets as none of it gets as complicated as the Blueprints mapping or mathing, I will say. But yeah, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is a fantastic game. It's very similar
I
vibe
might have
wise.
to. I
What
might
is
go
it
ahead and
called?
check that out.
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
Okay, Lorelei.
Yeah, it's a bit creepy. There's some creep
Hmm.
to it. Um, the visuals are phenomenal, and it's just a fantastic puzzle game. Like, if you like Blueprints, you're gonna like it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I'm finally having some time to get through the backlog. Do I add more to the backlog?
Yep.
Yes,
Always a backlog.
you gotta.
I mean, the
I can't
problem
be.
is
You
my
can't be the only
backlog.
person with like 300 games on their backlog because it's not
The
fair.
pr- the
Like,
problem is that my backlog has so many long games. That's the problem.
mm,
Like the other RPG that I got for Christmas that I did not start yet is Trails in the Sky first chapter. I know that's a long game. I know it is. When am I going to have the time to play this? Maybe now because I don't have like any other like big things on my radar. Because then once other things come on the radar, it's like, well, that 80-hour game is going to keep taunting me. And I installed it, right? Like it's installed, it's ready to go. I'm just like, you're just going to keep staring at
yeah.
me longingly, and I'm just gonna stare back at you, and I'm gonna be like, "I'm sorry."
I'm sorry, it's not my fault. There's too many games.
I know, like, I saw someone in the Discord be like, "I'm gonna in order to buy 1 game, I have to finish 2 in my backlog." I'm like, "The problem is I feel like for every 1 that I finish in my backlog, I buy 2, and then that backlog
Yeah,
just keeps growing."
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Especially
like, I'm
when
not
they
gonna.
have the
Sorry.
game the sales.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
I'm like, I'm
dangerous.
not gonna buy any games this month, and then Steam comes up with a notification being like, "Oh,
On your wish list.
um, three of
This
you,
game
three
on
of
your
the
wish.
games on your wish list are on sale, and like some of them are like 90% off." And I'm like,
Oh my
"God
god.
damn it!" Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's like, stop it, Steam,
Yeah.
stop it.
Oh.
Yep.
I know, and then we have in the if you are a PC gamer and you're not in the Discord, the other thing that we have that goes up in the Discord, is the free game bot. So when games are free on Discord, there will be a notification that says, "Hey, this game is free and you can claim it." That's on Steam and on Epic. Even if it's just like a free to play weekend, it'll tell you this game is free to play for the weekend, so you can try it out. So there's always like another game or something to try, like, was it Core Keeper or Dome Keeper that's, like, free to play this
Stonekeeper,
weekend? Yeah,
a banger.
and Steam's like, "Hey, it's free to play this weekend, you wanna try it out?" And I'm like, "No, because 'cause I'm busy this weekend, but if you were to put this on any other weekend, I would say yes," and then the problem is I would play it for the weekend and then probably be like, "Okay, time to buy it."
Yeah. Oh, I've started it now. I need to buy it now.
I need to
Like,
keep going. Yeah.
yeah.
The Trine Classic Collection was on Epic until the 31st, and Trine is a really good game.
See,
Well,
Too
1,
many.
2, and well, I've played 2 and 3,
mm,
I
okay,
think.
that's fair. No, I can't keep adding. I can't, and then
I know.
then you get the wish list emails. What I have been trying to do though is when I get the email, sometimes I would just like swipe them away if I was like, okay, I really can't like afford one right now, and I'd swipe it. Now what I'm doing instead is I will look at the game and be like, it is on sale. Do I want to buy it, or did I just like put this on my wish list on a whim? And then like if I still don't want to buy it, I'm like, okay, let me take it off the wish list. So it's also helping
Mhm.
me clear my wish list a little bit because there's like 400 and something games on there. It's absurd. It's too much. Can't do that. Can't afford to buy
Yeah.
400 games. Like, this is this is wild. I will never have the time for this. Unless am playing games full time and don't have to work a 9 to 5, I'm never gonna get the chance to play through all those. Sorry, my cat is like coming over here and pawing at me. I have no idea what he wants, but he keeps kind of just like
He's like, "Stop putting stuff on your wish list."
literally, he's like, "Yeah, spend the money on me instead. What are you doing?" So I'm just like side eyeing him now, like, you hear me talking about money and it's not about you? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's fine. It's fine. No, I mean, speaking of wish list, I know we don't have a ton of time. We did all put some games on an article for Gamer Social Club of the games that we were really looking forward to. Um, those were just a few of the games that we all um, talked about. Some of them I think coming out sooner than others. Uh,
Mhm.
was there a game that you did not get to put on that list that you are looking forward to? Maybe it slipped your mind. Maybe or maybe even somebody else covered it. Is there something that you're like 2026 is going to be a banger because of this game?
Mm,
Um, one that was covered that I didn't cover that I am looking forward to is Code Vein 2. I'm very excited for that game. It was covered, but not by me. But that comes out at the end of the month. On my birthday, no less. It's like they
Mhm.
specifically did it for me, for my birthday. Giving me anime Dark Souls. Yay. But yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Seclusa is one of mine. It comes out in February. They don't have an exact date. But you're a wildlife photographer in Africa, and basically it's like that photography game, um, where you just go and take pictures of
Lush Foil?
just yes.
Mhm.
Mm.
It's almost like that, but it's more drawing. It's got a specific art style. Um, but basically you just it's like a sandbox and you just walk through and upgrade your gear and stuff and you get to take really cool photos of wildlife and
Mm.
that to me is just a game that mm, it looks just so pretty.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on Steam at the minute actually, and the art style is gorgeous.
Hmm. And the fact that you get to go in there and like edit photos you've taken uh with like the processing and like the studio lighting and all that
Mm.
stuff just
It speaks to
ugh,
you.
it does. It's just the type of thing I do in a normal like okay, uh, why simulate work and not just work? Because that I
Right.
do take photos and stuff and videos for for work, but just something like that where it's kind of just open, just I don't know. It's something out of my norm. I usually take pictures of humans.
Mhm.
This is yeah.
That's fair.
And then the other one is called building relationships, and you date. You're a house, and you date things. And just the graphics screams PS1.
Oh,
I love
okay.
that. I'm
Okay.
loving the PS1 revival of like
Yeah.
we've moved past, not fully past, but we've sort of moved past loads of pixel art and like the 8-bit
Mhm.
and 16-bit era, and now we're into some chunky polygons. I'm loving it. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a very cute type. It's one of those like dating simulator games where you're just like, okay, this is so cheese, but I can't wait to play it. It's not like Date Everything in the
Mhm.
sense of like voice acting and stuff like that. It's just I don't know. You'll have to take a look. It's on Steam.
Okay.
Um
Okay.
it's just
oh, oh, it has a
it's just
demo. It looks
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yep. It looks really cute. So,
Interesting. All right, I have to
and you date other
check that.
houses.
Yeah, so you play as a house dating other houses.
Dating
That's
other
so fun.
houses.
Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see the appeal. I can see the appeal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I
Um
I think the only one that and we actually didn't put it on the list at all. Uh it's not typically a full-on game that I would play, but I am looking forward to Pragmata and I really want to try that out and be a little bit of a shooter. I played the demo. That was a lot of
Mhm.
fun. Um and I had thought about like submitting Pragmata into this one, but I was like I think I submitted 3 and I was like there's so many
Yeah.
other writers I should not like just be like, here's another one and another one and another one. Um,
Here's 35 games I'm
he,
specifically looking forward to, just
right.
me. Like
Just me, not everybody else. But that one I'm really looking forward to. You know, the other 3 that I put in there, obviously, I'm gonna have the other 3 that I put in there, you know, we talked about keeping some games, like, for ourselves. Um, I would say at least one of those might be one that I keep for myself. Um, you know, probably the Fire Emblem one. Um, you know, Slay the Spire 2 will be in early access. Um, you know, Danganronpa 2 by 2, 2x2, whatever they're calling it. Um, I've streamed every other Danganronpa game, so I feel like I have to stream that one too. Um, so I think the Fire Emblem might be like just me. Um, when Fire Emblem Three Houses came out, which it seems like this is going to be tangentially related to, uh, I laid in bed for days on end and just like played on my Switch. And that was it. Just like me, the Switch, laying in bed. Um, and I was just so immersed in the world. And I feel like this could very much be another one of those where I'm like, I am unplugging from everybody except this game. Uh, so that might be that. But then Pragmata is one that I really want to again slowly push out of my comfort zone with the shooter aspect. But the puzzle aspect I think will be a lot of fun. Um, so
yeah, it looks
so
super interesting.
it's
Mm.
it's an interesting mix of things. Um, at the time of this episode, I think there will be a demo disc up. Um, and I'm submitting like the Pragmata demo for the demo disc. So if it is up, I'll put the link in the description. If it's not up, you'll have to go to gamersocialclub.ca to find it yourself.
Yeah.
That's my you know, that's the one that I didn't put on there that I'm still and that's April, I think it is. Um,
Mhm.
so looking forward to that. Um, again, something fun, something different, maybe chill on the couch. I don't think I want to play that one on PC. I think that feels very much like a PlayStation 5, sit on the couch.
Yeah.
It'll be very pretty. The TV screen will be way
Mhm.
too big for me to be playing this on, but I'm gonna play it on there anyway.
No,
That's why my
this
partner and I are hoping to get that Steam
The Steam
the
box,
what is it?
the
The
yeah,
Steam box.
the Steam
yeah.
cube.
Yeah.
The Steam
Yeah.
machine. It's
The
like
Steam
the Steam
machine, that's it.
machine, yeah.
Yeah, we're hoping to get the Steam machine so we can play these beautiful games on the TV.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um, there's a game coming out called Over the Hill, and you are 60s and 70s like iconic vehicles from the 60s and 70s, like the Jeeps and like the type of like caravan type of vehicles, and you're just
Mhm.
driving through the wilderness.
Okay.
That sounds
And
fun.
you get to drive with other people
Mhm.
and like figure out small puzzles and stuff, and like just the views and stuff. It's just like if you watch a gameplay trailer, it is just so beautiful and everything I want to do in life. And I just can't wait to go around the countryside with my partner in our little vehicles that we've customized. It doesn't have an it says 2026, so but it doesn't have an exact date.
Hmm. Hmm.
So definitely one I want to check out.
Nice. So there's lots of games to look forward to
Mhm.
this upcoming year. Oh, do you think that 2026 is going to be as big of a year for games as 2025 was? Or is 2025 just a little too hard to top?
I I don't know. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the fact that Grand Theft Auto is supposed to come out this year.
But it's been
Mhm.
delayed like twice already.
Yeah, one I did much like Silk Song. Maybe if I see if it doesn't exist enough, it will just come out. Um, but I my hot gaming take at all times is the fact that I just do not care about Grand Theft Auto at all.
Same.
Um, and just never really have, to be honest. And yeah, and I will tell people from Rockstar that as I have once at a house party. It was just like controls are clunky, bro. Like,
Mhm.
what are you doing with these controls? Not a vibe. Um, but yeah, I think there's going to be some big things. Obviously, there's all like Resident Evil Requiem.
Mhm.
I think people are very excited about. Um, I think it's just hard to say. It's hard to say what's going to hit, especially when you look at the big things from 2025, where Expedition 33 that people were like excited about, but I don't think anyone was expecting it to hit the way that it did. Or like a Blueprint. Like there were so
Mhm.
many small indie games that seemed to just come out of nowhere, and people were just like, "Oh wow!" Like again, people were excited about them, but they didn't have like the hype cycle of like a big AAA,
Yeah.
all this marketing and stuff behind them. They just they came out, and then people were like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" So it'd be lovely to see some games again, small indie titles. It was great to see at the Game Awards this year, like three of the things in for Game of the Year were indie games,
Mhm.
depending on your
Your
definition of
definition,
indie
yeah.
games, obviously.
Mhm.
Um, but like going from one year where we had like Balatro was in there, and people are like, "What's this? What's this weird shitty card game doing in like Game of the Year?" It's like, oh, finally we're actually getting to the point where people are like, "Oh, indie games are good."
Yep.
Which we've all known for years, but the wider gaming conversations for people that are a little bit more casual, I would say, are not people being like, was this indie game slop? I'm like, one, can we just stop calling things slop unless it's AI? Fine, call that slop. Don't mind. But not everything is
Mhm.
slop. Like just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's slop. Um, but for 2026, I hope it's as good a year. I've not even played half the games that were at the Game Awards. It's just like
So,
I didn't
I
have
mean, yeah.
time. I was playing other shit. Like it's
Yeah,
like
agreed.
As
like
much as I love big companies doing games, like games that we've played like another game that like coming out from the same company, I'm ready for indies to shine. And
Mhm.
if that means we don't get a year of big games and we get a year of just indies being
yeah,
able to
To show up
rise
and put
up,
out, yeah.
let's go. Let's go.
Mhm.
yeah,
Um like I don't know about you, like just there's sometimes I will pick up a small indie game over a big game.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
and I've played GTA. I've played, San Andreas and whatever it is, GTA 4. I've got all of them. Um but I will pick up an indie game
Mhm.
over
mm,
GTA. And don't get me wrong, like I love it, but there are so many games like we've talked about previously, and I will probably talk about it in every single fucking episode that deserve their flowers. And maybe 2026 is the year they get them because I haven't heard anything from any big, you know, any really big other than GTA. And
Mhm.
maybe that's just my naive ignorance that I don't really hear anything big, but maybe it's the year of the indie.
yeah. Oh yeah, because we got like what GTA, Xbox are going to do their developer direct in a few days or
Mhm.
Mhm.
whenever, the 22nd, so like in a couple of weeks. They're
Yeah.
talking Fable. Um, yeah, and there's like a few other big games, Resident Evil, coming out this year.
Mhm.
But then even like the other big games that I'm hearing people are excited about is like Control Resonant, and it's like okay, yes, Remedy are a well-known studio, but it's not. They're not a studio that is like this is like big triple A money, like this is that make like the same sorts of games all the time.
Yeah.
Like they are
Mhm.
they make games that are very much I would consider like in the indie style. It's like this is what we
Mhm.
want to make, and it's a little bit
Mhm.
weird, and let's do it. And I'm like, yeah, I love that. I love this energy. Like, let's do it.
Mhm.
But even things like Pragmata, yeah, that's made by Capcom, but it's like completely different.
Yeah,
Like,
it's their
there's
first
not
new
a
IP in how long?
oh, I don't know,
Like, I
like a
mean,
long
it's an
time.
unreal amount of time when you really think about it for how big of a company
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
are.
But yeah, we're not like there's not like a as far as I'm aware. Again, maybe I'm not paying enough attention to the big AAA stuff that's coming out. But it's like there's not like an Assassin's Creed this year.
That's fine.
Like there's not,
Mhm.
which is completely fine. I've not played one since Odyssey. But there's not like these big heavy hitters of the franchises that you're expecting to
Mhm.
see year on year. I mean, even last year, people were like, maybe COD should take a year off. This is getting trash, bro. Like
Mhm.
so yeah, I'm fully with you, Britt. I'm here. I'm ready. I love indies. Like I
Mhm.
would never play another AAA game again. I just love an indie. And I'm ready for them to be like all over the place. Just
Mhm.
people talking about them instead of your high guards or whatever. Like
Whatever
take
that
your
is.
cookie cutter. We've we've all played this before. It's a stop making them like take that. I don't want it. Like give me something double A that's a little bit different. Even triple A but different.
Yeah.
And just give me a buttload of amazing indies. Which I think there's going to be this year. And I'm very excited. Mm.
Yeah. I think so. I hope this is the year that like we get a lot of really good indies. I mean, I think we're I think we're moving in that direction. I think the part that makes me a little bit nervous is that so many people may try to capitalize on like the indie scene, let's call it that,
Yeah.
being what it is. That then you are going to get just so many things trying to be the next best thing, or so many people then being like, this is the next big indie and this is the next big indie, and they all maybe are not the next big thing and are not as good as
Yeah.
people are trying to make it out to be. And then we end up back in a place where people are like, well, see, this is why we stick with our AAA gaming because they're consistent, or, and consistent doesn't always mean good, right? But I feel
Consistently
like,
bad.
Oh.
but I just feel like there is the potential for it to be that, like, oh well, now because everybody has this focus on indies, we're just gonna get uh, oversaturated, and not in a good way, right? Like oversaturated to the point where everything is the next Expedition 33, or everything, and it's like that sort of discourse then could do a disservice to those indie games that are coming out that are trying to do things that are really different and exciting, and are actually good, right? So I have this like cautious optimism, but I think especially as we keep seeing, your Balatros, your Expedition 33s, your blueprints, people are going to stop looking at the triple A's in the same way. Look at those smaller titles, and are we going to be able to get to a point where we can tell between, like, this is actually a good one, or I just want it to be the next big one because I want to be the person who said this is the next game,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah, no,
I
absolutely.
hate that, like, I hate that that is like a fear, not a fear, but like a concern, right? But I can absolutely see, be it bigger corporations trying to throw money behind some of these indie games, right, just to make their own profits. Um, you know, I guess I'll call it other independent like gaming journalist, right? Um, I know in the Discord there was a video that was shared where somebody was talking about the future of gaming journalism as a whole. Um, and I'm like, are people going to try to capitalize on any little thing to make their name known against the IGNs and whoever else is
Mhm.
actually big? I don't know, because I'll be quite honest, I don't look at gaming news websites except our own. So
Ours.
except ours, because I'm like, I have my nice gaming bubble.
Mm.
I have opinions, and I have news that's actual news and not just, oh, here's this potential leak of things, and here's this, and here's this rumor, and I'm like, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Man
so
on Reddit said this.
yeah,
Okay.
this
Like
leaker on X said this, and now here's 500 words about why this might be true. I'm like, all right, calm down, calm down.
There's only one leak that I ever like listen to, and it's because they've been on the nose every time, is the DBD person who does the DBD
Yes,
leaks. The DBD leaks on the nose about which next chapter's coming out. And that's been, yeah, they keep,
hmm
I'm pretty sure it's an inside job,
I'm
but
convinced.
yeah.
Yes,
But you probably
100%.
just work for the company and you're just like, oh yeah,
yeah, and
well,
they just are
Yeah.
like, I've heard this to get hype in the,
yeah.
yeah,
I think
because
sometimes it's
they've been on
hype,
the,
and I think
mhm,
sometimes it's that Deadpool movie effect where you leak something, see how people react, and then keep moving forward with it.
Yeah.
because
That's
they
like
were
my
right about
guess.
the Five Nights at Freddy's, they were right about the Castlevania, they were right about, um, a bunch of things. And now that the Stranger Things 2
Mm-hmm.
is being has confirmed in even the PTB,
Yep.
yeah.
Ugh, I can't
So
wait to run around as Dustin. I'm ready. I'm ready. But yeah, so I mean, we'll see what this year will bring with games, and we'll see by the time we get to the end of the year, like what's at the game awards and the different types of game awards and what showcases pop up, and what are all these things that appear, and like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic, but I really hope that the indie game well doesn't get poisoned along the
Yeah.
way.
yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
I hope it stays good and consistent. So, but we'll see, and maybe the people who are listening to this will tell us down below what they think and what games they're really looking forward to. And I'm gonna link the 35 games that we were looking forward to, because obviously there's a lot of games on there that we did not mention, because we talked about some games that we didn't put on there. I will link the demo disc, assuming that it's all set, because I am not sure which day this episode will go up just yet. So so we will see. If it is ready, it will be linked. If not, go to gamersocialclub.ca in order to check out all the news, reviews, guides, articles. You should be going there anyway to get all of your gaming news, because we don't report on leaks. We only report on cold, hard facts. And if it's an opinion, it's going to be an editorial like those 35 games that we're looking forward to. Make sure you also like this video if there is something that we did well. If you didn't like this video, just close it out and walk away. You do not need to thumbs down it, just thumbs up only. So make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends, leave a comment below, join the Discord so you can speak to us in real time. Tell us topics that you want us to talk about. If you think we talk too long, you can tell us that too. That's cool. I mean, you could just close the video, because this is a podcast, but but it's whatever. But give us your feedback. Join the community. We want this to be conversation with everybody. Yes, there's 3 of us on screen, but we want it to also, be something that you're involved in, and there will be moments for people to be involved with coming up in the next couple of weeks, but you'll only hear about those if you are subscribed to the channel. So make sure you do that, and we will catch you all next time. Bye, everybody.